We got 78. We can at least have three. We can have 3 digits. We can hit 3 digits.
Oh.
Yo.
Get everybody out. Haha, it's Liddy. So, Devonte, are you ready to start the show? Unmute yourself.
Yeah, man, I'm ready to go, y'all. Let's get it.
So, I'm going to make you co-host. Perfect. Make you co-host. And Marvin, I'm going to make you co-host. Perfect. And then I'm just going to keep everybody else muted out. Anytime somebody unmute, just hit mute all. Guys, it's showtime. Let's go, baby. Take over.
All right, but y'all know how I start off these webinars. If y'all been on my webinars on Sunday, it's Revolutionize Each Vision. My first and last name is Devonte Scot-free. If y'all don't know, I want to be the last broke scot-free in my family line, right? Forex really helped me to create what I wanted to create, and that's generational wealth. And I know all of y'all want to attain that. And if you stick to this and you put in your 10,000, 20,000, 30,000 hours, you're going to get there, right? I'm just a regular kid from Brooklyn. So I'm going to start it off. I appreciate the platform. I appreciate Oran Wright. He's one of my mentors. He's one of the main reasons why I'm sending y'all those markups in the market recap group or whatever Telegram I send it in. And I'll be honest with y'all, what I believe in is people actually becoming 7-figure traders, professional traders, not professional signal takers, right? So that's one of my things I really believe in, and we can all get there. So I'm gonna show y'all what I do. I keep it ABC 1, 2, 3. I always was about keeping it simple. You know, the more simple this is, the better. Like, don't overcomplicate Forex. So I'll show y'all what I do. Something like, so I start the webinars like this. In the chat box right now, drop where you from. Y'all know I'm from Brooklyn. I'm hype. I'm lit. So drop where you from in the chat right now. Let's see where everybody from. All right. Well, we got DC, Philly. All right. Cali in the building. Houston. Let's go. Right. So just, yeah, right now I'm in New York. It's about to be 9 o'clock. We're on a Forex webinar. You could have been asleep. Man, it's powerful that we're doing this together. And I love it. So let's get to these charts. Somebody in the chat, drop a pair. Let's go over it. The first person to drop a pair, we're gonna go over that. So the first thing I seen was UJ. So I'm gonna go to UJ first. UJ is the devil though. But I'm gonna go to UJ first, y'all. All right, let me share my screen. Hold on. Give me 1 second.
Devonte.
What's good? What's good? I'm about to share my screen. Can everyone hear me clearly?
Yes, sir.
All right, perfect, perfect. So give me 1 second. I'm gonna share my screen and we can get started.
Joining y'all from my Mac. Give me a minute. Gotcha. party.
All right, perfect. Just make sure everybody can see the screen. So if y'all can see the screen, just drop a 1 in the chat. Oh, this is USD Chef. My bad, y'all. You said UJ.
We can't see your screen.
All right, but gotcha. I'm gonna share it right now. Gotcha. Yeah, I see charts.
Yeah, you Gucci.
All right, UJ. Let me just clean this markup up.
Are you kicking it off with the line chart,
That's how I do, man. I'm the line chart king. If y'all didn't know, now you know. Line chart is Bay. That's my Bay. So, yeah, the 4-hour chart is the chart I love to stay on. So what I'm gonna show y'all, right, is what I do on the 4-hour. Usually, I trade 2 ways, right? I trade support and resistance, right, and I trade the market maker method. So 2 pillars of trading that I really believe in is market structure and market psychology, right? If you have those 2 things, y'all, your trading will be on point, right? So usually that's what I use to get into the market. So let's just look at UJ on the 4-hour chart, right? And when I get to a terminal, when I get to a screen, what I want to do is real simple, identify the trend. What type of trend is UJ in on the 4-hour, right? So for my traders, right, what type of trend is UJ in right now on the 4-hour? Let me put
Bearish.
short. The bearish. Some people said down. All right.
Down.
You see that it's in a nice little downtrend, right? So what I do, right? I look for support. So when you're selling in the market, right, you want to see that support becomes resistance, and that would be a high probable sell setup. And on the flip end, for an uptrend, you really want to look at resistance and see that resistance becomes support. It's the same thing, auction theory. You buy low and you sell high, right? So what I want to do, I want to identify, right? And I'm going to put the money sign. I want to identify areas of support, right? Since I know that this market is in a downtrend. So what you first want to identify is your trend. Are you at a lower high, lower lows? Are you at higher highs? Are you at higher lows, right? What is the market doing? So I would go and just see, okay, let me set up those areas, right? So this was a area of support, right? Market blew through that. We had a nice area that actually was a great indecision area for UJ, right? Where resistance became support in this area, which was minor as well, right? And we looking at the line chart first. Then what I would do, I would create a zone. A lot of my students, a lot of my traders, they call it different things, trap zones. I call it hot zones. Shit, you could call it money zones, whatever you want to do. So what I would do, right? We had the line chart. Say like we wanted to catch this money move right here. You know, even though people was in at the top, but say you wanted to catch the move after the move, right? You wanted to catch this area. All I would have done is look at this area, right? I knew that this was a good area because over here, we had some money resistance. Mine became and held a support. Now, when we put on the candles, if you have a wick in that zone, you would, if it's pointing down, draw to the bottom of that wick, the low, right? So you'll get a rectangle. and just drag that bad boy over just a little bit, right? Nice little finesse. You just drag it over. Now that's your hot zone. That's your trap zone. That's your money zone, right? So if market comes back up in there, right, that's where you want to be pulling the trigger. And you see how it retests that perfectly? Market broke out, retest that, and then dropped, right? So let's do another one right in that zone. So we had another support right here. This was support. We put on our candles. We had a wick to the bottom, right? I did another zone, right? And I'm on a 4-hour chart. So a lot of people are like, yo, when you gonna get in? You gonna get in on the 4-hour? No. For 4-hour, I get on the 30-minute. For the hour, I get in on the 15. You know, the 15-minute, you know, for me, since I do the market maker method, I'm so used to being on a 15-minute time frame. I don't really have to leave it, right? Because it kind of shows me the trend of the market on a 15, right? But if you're doing your markup and your analysis on the 4-hour, I would suggest you to get in on the 30-minute for a 30-minute candlestick confirmation, right? And I'll show you, how we get down, how we would have got these two setups in that section. Just these two right here, right? We have more to go, but let's just do these two right here, and I'll show you what's up, how you would have got these trades. So let's go to the 30-minute real quick, right? So, of course, the market broke out, gave you that nice little move, came back in. So what you're looking for on the 30-minute is a candlestick confirmation. What I like to see is a bearish engulfing, right? If I'm in a downtrend, and if I'm in an uptrend, I want to see a bullish engulfing. So, of course, my bullish candles are black. Black is beautiful. And in finance, that means that you're in a positive. So, of course, my candles would be black. So that's the bullish candles, right? Now, you just want this candle to engulf your candle. This is if you're in an uptrend. That's the candle I'm looking for if I'm in an uptrend. If I'm in a downtrend, this is the candle that I'm looking for. These are like the golden, bullish engulfing, bearish engulfing. That's it. Those are the ones I really want to see. Now, is there other variations? Yes, of candlesticks. But the money makers for me that I'm really comfortable with, if I see this or that. Uptrend, I want to see this. Downtrend, I want to see this. Now, you have other candlesticks that, I use. The even star, morning star, railroad tracks. That's more so based off the other method that I do, the market maker method. But when I do this, I want to see a clear engulfing. Now, a lot of people get trapped, right, when they get into their trades. So if I see a trade that has a wick like this and an engulf, that's a no-no. Don't get into that trade. It's telling you that, right, those buyers are still in control. The trade is not fully ready, right? So those are the trades I'm not going to touch that. I want to see that if it's a bearish engulfing, I want to see it fully engulf the body and the wick for me to get into that trade setup, right? So when I look in this little cluster, the thing that I'm most comfortable with, cluster on the 30-minute, and probably the 15 probably would be a better candle right here. I'm comfortable with that. So literally in this zone right here, I would have got into the trade. Right? Clear candlestick, doji in the middle, off it, right? Gave you kind of like a railroad track, even start type thing, right? And right after that, wick back a little bit, came back a little bit again, and she dropped what she did drop, right? Literally that simple. We took that trade, set up from right there. You know, sometimes depending on the type of trader you are, you might want to take it back to a certain structure. If you're, you know, selling, you want to take it back to support, whatever. You know what I mean? Whatever you want to do. Or you have a trading plan. With me, I do 50 pips a day. I'm out. Sometimes I make even more than 50 pips. And some trades I say, you know what, let me just get out, right? Oran said it the best, trade your bills, right? So if a bill just got paid because you got 50 pips on UJ without breaking a sweat, get out the trade setup. You know what I'm saying? It's that simple. So that's UJ. Just right there in that zone, we would have caught UJ right there. Now, let me do an uptrend. So I'm gonna go back to the chat. The next person that's setting EA. All right, so EA and the market maker. I know y'all want to hear about this market maker. I want the gems on the market maker right now. I gotta see some 777s. If y'all want the gems on the market maker method, I gotta see some 777s. Y'all want me to break down the market makers method ABC 1, 2, 3? If y'all want me to break down the market maker method ABC 1, 2, 3, I want to see some ABCs in there.
You gotta give it to the people, man. Give it to the people.
All right, they asking for it. I got y'all. All right, bet. So let me give it to y'all. Let me break it down for y'all, man. Somebody send me a chart again. Let's see. Let me get another chart. Let's see what we're gonna look at. All right, she said my bad. She said big.
No.
She said no. We're gonna do GJ. GJ is big. Let me show y'all how y'all would have caught some pips on these pounds. These pounds were lovely. Lovely, 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 lovely. Gotta break it down for y'all. Gotcha. So, let me delete this. Delete mark. I'm always deleting markups. Oh yeah, y'all, don't write on the screen. Whoever wrote that, can I say that? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, y'all. Respect. Yeah, give me our time. So, let me just throw on the little period separators. This is gonna be very simple, and I'm gonna end it on this note because I don't want to take up all the time, right? I'm about to start taking some notes.
Shit, I'm trying to figure out what I'm teaching, man. I might just pull up a chart, just go at it.
Yeah, that's how you gotta do sometimes, man. That's what you gotta do. It's so much I could teach y'all. It's crazy. But yeah, ask for the market maker. I got you. I'm gonna make this market maker stuff so simple. Some of y'all said levels. I'm gonna show y'all don't need levels right now. Everything I do, I make sure that it's simple, right? In life, this is society, y'all. Society tries to tell you that you have to work hard for everything. No, that's the wrong mentality. You have to work smart, not hard. You know what I'm saying? So with Forex, you gotta work smart with it. Don't work hard, y'all. You know what I'm saying? So let's break down. First, let me go to Bay. Let me go to GJ. I'm gonna show you GU because GU is actually what I took this week. I didn't really trade my Bay this week. See, look, I got it marked up here already. But I didn't even trade it. I didn't even touch it. It just, the reason why, you go to the ones that look better. GU, she just looked better for me. And I said, you know what? Let me just go with that. All right, so I'm gonna put on a period separate. So the first thing I do, y'all, I put period separators. If you use TradingView, it's called the session breaks. So you go to your time zone / sessions, right? And then you just put it on. Right? So let's put those bad boys on real quick. Hold on, my bad. Let's drag this up a little bit. Session breaks. Yeah, there you go. All right, perfect. So session breaks if you're on MT4. All right, gotcha, I gotcha.
Control Y on the MT4.
Yeah, so just like the brother said, Control Y on MT4. All right, hold on, give me a second.
Yo, brother, does this market maker thing work really?
Is that that's a question? Is that a question, y'all?
Somebody sent me the video.
Anything that you get your hands on, y'all, test it out for yourself. Not every method is gonna work for you, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say something to that. I know it ain't my turn yet, but
Nah, say something, brother, because
yeah.
I'm situated.
Yeah, so literally, everybody like to say, oh, does market maker work? Does 9 indicators on your chart work? Does support and resistance work? Anything works and anything fails.
There you go.
Regardless. I know people that just trade, all right, when I see one candle get bigger than the other one, I'm gonna buy. I know people that just say, all right, when it hits a pivot point, when the EMA is crossed, I'm getting in the trade.
Mm-hmm.
Like, anything can work. You can count to, I always say, if you can count to 3, you can count to 5, you can trade Forex.
All right.
But what is the difference is the person. I can sit here and literally say, I'm gonna pick 10 people right now. I'm gonna work with y'all for a month straight. I'm gonna teach you for free, like just straight up every single thing I know about Forex. You can have every markup I ever had, whatever. It's gonna be up to you to press that button when you actually in the heat of the moment.
Say that. Say that.
That's the thing. It's not gonna be, oh man, yeah, I had it in my notes. I said I was gonna pull the trigger, I didn't. Oh man, yeah, I was so sure about it. I over leveraged. It went down 10 pips, blew my account, then it went my direction. You see what I'm saying? So regardless of the strategy, right? Everybody can see the same thing, but it's the mental, it's the person, it's the discipline. I can, like I said, me and him can give you the perfect 10 things to look at when you're trading a pair. But it's up to you to have that discipline to wait for all 10 to happen. Or are you a type of person that's gonna say, oh, well, I got 6 out of 10, so I'm gonna take a halfway trade and hope for the best. You know what I mean? So regardless, like, strategy doesn't matter. I always say your strategy is a reflection of your who you are as a person. So me personally, like I know people like make a lot of jokes, oh, sniper, this and that. When I first started, I used to be like, man, I'm just getting in the trade. Eventually it'll go my way. I click a button and just let it fly. 0.01, let it fly. I actually ran into a point where I had an over leveraging problem. Like I used to put 0.35s on $100 accounts. I used to put standards on $500 accounts. Like,
Say that, man. Say that.
And I blew a couple of accounts starting out.
Amen.
But I always said, like, all right, I got to chill out on the leveraging. But 2, if I want to be able to over leverage, and I'm not promoting over leveraging at all, but if I want to be able to over leverage, I need to find a way to have 10 to 5 pips drawdown.
Say that.
I need to find a way. So, like I said, regardless, you got to get patient. You got to be disciplined. It's the same thing as losing weight. It's the same thing as reading a book, changing a habit, doing whatever. you have to be disciplined. You got to stay on it. So strategy don't matter, right?
Right. So yeah, with the screen, is the screen better for y'all? Can y'all see it? Everything better for the people that was saying bigger screen? All right, perfect. So look, I'm gonna go over 3 setups. All the setups I actually sent in the chat as well, right? Just like I said from the beginning, I do not believe in, being a professional signal taker, especially when you're starting out. You can learn the skill set by, if you're in IML, if you're not, earn and learn. At the end of the day, y'all, if y'all master this skill, it would pay you for the rest of your life, and it's something that you can pass on, right? So right now, I'm gonna show you literally what I do every day and how I get to the bag. Y'all want the simple market maker? Here it is, right here. So look, since I'm in New York, my time zone, of course, is the period separated. It ends at 5 p.m. That's the close of the equity market every day, right? So what I'm looking at is 5 p.m. to 1 a.m. This is very important because it sets the initial high of the day, right? And then the initial low, right? So let me show y'all what I mean by that. My bad, let me change this to red. Let me just make this a little bit lighter. All right, cool. So, like I said, I'm looking for 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to 1 a.m. So, of course, you might be in a different time zone. We're all grown, so y'all can figure that out. But for my people that's over here in New York, East Coast, this is what we're doing. 5 p.m. to 1 a.m. That is called your Asian range. This is just the accumulation phase, right? Contracts is being accumulated, and it's showing you the initial high and low of the day, right? So boom. Now, what you're looking at is something called a stop hunt. So a stop hunt is typically 25 to 50 pips. So the zones, and y'all might have seen these on my chart sometimes when I send the charts in the chat, right? These stop hunt boxes is 25 to 50 pips above that agent range, that accumulation phase, right? I could show you thousands of setups that does this every single day, right? Now, the ones that you want to take, the ideal ones that you want to take is when your agent range is 50 or 50 and less. So if the agent range from the high to the low is less than 50 pips, that's ideal, especially when it's less than 25. It allows you to clearly see a stop hunt trade. Now, based off the psychology, right, and the method, the beginning of the week is typically the false move. So remember, Sunday in this box right here, you just got Sunday and Monday. That's it, Sunday and Monday. It's in this box. So I'm literally just gonna go over the week for you and show you how you would have caught some real pips. Since they said GJ, we go into GJ. So when it comes into this box, right, and typically give you a formation, you want to take the trade, right? So here, you would have probably took it right here. Market went up, you got out. Based off of the method, they have TPs on the method, and that's the EMAs, right? But I'm gonna just mark up everything for you every single day so you can see the setups, right? It allows you to have an area where you can get into the market every single day. And I'm telling y'all, when y'all do this, back test it. Do not believe me. Just go back, test it yourself, right? You'll see. But if y'all want the ABC version, it's literally just this. Is this age and range and creating stop hunt boxes above and below, and you're able to trade both ways. Now, just like I told y'all, I trade support and resistance. So I trade with the retail trend as well, but I also trade what the method says, the market maker trend. Now, sometimes for retailers, that might be a counter trend, but I'm able to capitalize on that as well, you know, and I'm not saying that you have to do so, right? But literally every day is gonna give you a setup for you to get into a trade and just literally kill them every single day, right? So when I'm doing these boxes, right, it's just 25 to 50 pips. I'm using a date and price range, right? And right when she sits up into that box and give me a formation, I'm taking a trade, right? The method tells you to take W's and M's. That's it. I got you. Don't worry. So this is what I do. I really love using the line chart. And this is how I caught a trade today on GCAT as well. So the line chart would give you your leg, your first and second leg, right? So this is Wednesday. Let me press auto, right? This is Wednesday. This is a clear W formation. Can everybody see that it's a W in the line chart right now? Can everyone see that? All right. Shout out to Charmaine, because she took this trade. She took it on GU, right? But I'm so proud of her. Killed that. Oh, you took GJ and GU? Okay, you mad. The age and range, the time frame doesn't really matter. You could do it. I mean, well, you could do it on the hour. It's easier to see. I just did it on the 15th, right? And just like I did, it's from 5 p.m. to 1 a.m. That's it. And then from the top and bottom, all you're doing is taking the date and price range on the trading view, right? And you're going 50 pips, right? Because the stop hunt is 25 to 50 pips. And from the bottom, from the middle, the half of this is going to be 25 to the bottom. That would be your stop hunt box. So if the market come up, look, this is all I do, y'all. I put a call level right here. I put a call level right here at the top of the box. So I get notified, right? I get notified when, oh, you took E, oh, okay, yeah. EG usually does the opposite, right? So I get notified when the trade is ready for me. Oh, it's in the stop hunt box. So the people that had the videos and the guy that, you know, teaches the method, Steve Morrow, he says it like this. If you only take these stop hunt trades, you'll be good to go. Because these are high probable trades. Forex is about probability, right? So you want to take high probable trade setups. That's what you want to take. You don't want to be taking anything else than that, y'all. Keep it honest with you. So that's the trade setups that y'all want to take, right? So make sure that y'all taking these high probable. So the second leg, the W formation, like I said before, y'all, ABCs, y'all learn this in what? Pre-K. How to do your ABCs. So you're looking for W's and M's. That's it, right? And you're getting it. This is for all pairs. Y'all can shoot out a pair and I can show y'all. This is on all pairs, right? Now, does it always get to the stop hunt box? No. Don't take the trade then, right? That's what he says. Don't take the trade if it's not in the stop hunt box, because now it's quote unquote not as high probable. Now, when you start getting a little bit advanced, you're going to take those trades. Don't get me wrong. You're going to start taking those trades when you get a little bit advanced, right? But the safety trade setups are in the stop hunt box. This trade alone, even if you had a low 0.10 on it, let's see how much you caught on this trade setup, right? You probably got in right here after this candle. Probably got in right here. This probably was safe for you. Or you probably got in after this. You know what I mean? But you got in somewhere in this zone, probably. If you on it, right? Just regular price action candlestick, you probably got in right here, right? Right there, almost 200 pips. Right? In that first bar on GU, I was out. I didn't even get all the way up there on GU. Right? That's 133 pips, y'all. Y'all throwing a 0.10, you just made $100, right? Like that, in one bar. Well, I said 3 hours because, you was in the trade over here, but in that one bar though, which was 15 minutes, you made 100. You know what I'm saying? Depending where you got in at. If you got in right after, it took you 30 minutes to make that much. But y'all that got those accounts that you throwing standards, right? That's it. Let me show y'all GU. Same shit. Stop one box. That's why I took it. I take the ones that look better. So this day I took it over here. This looked better than GJ. I took it, right? 5 to 1 o'clock. Stop hunt box is 50 pips below, right? And then boom. Look, line chart. This is all noise. This is so choppy, so people were scared. You want the noise to be gone, right? Get quiet on your market. Boom. W first leg, second leg. It's a big ass W. Took it on a second leg. Came back. Y'all want to get y'all wick entries on? Here how y'all get wick entries, right? I'm giving y'all the gems. Your wick entries right here. This is based off the psychology of the engulfing. I like doing engulfing candles on a high time frame as well, right? And if you do it on the 15-minute, you could do the same thing. So on a bullish engulfing, right, you put it at the open of the bearish candle, which is the top. Anything right here is a perfect entry in the market. So you probably would have seen it get down here, gave you a little stop hunt, boom. 50 pips, easy for the day. Kind of a quick little snap. Next day, let's do the stop hunt box again, y'all. Here's your stop hunt box. And remember, you want the ideal stop hunt box, meaning you want this to be less than 50 pips. Oh, you less than 20 pips? That's it? All right, bet. This is about to be a good day. Oh, you broke to the low? That's the false move. Oh, 50 pips. Gave me a stop hunt below the box. You probably looked at this like a little baby inverted or whatever as well. And you put it on your line chart. This is your baby little inverted for you probably, right? So you got a price pattern in there. You got your candlesticks in there. And I took day right here, right after here. Right after this bullish engulfing. This is quote unquote the right shoulder, whatever. Gave me a little doji. Bam. Got out off the first candle. I'm went all the way up for $1.50. Right? And these are trade setups I sent into the group. Right? Simple psychology, ABC. If I wait for all my trades to come into the stop hunt box, let the money come to you. I tell my students all the time, let money come to you, right? So that's basically it. You know what I'm saying? Literally all I do, right, is have my zones, support and resistance zones, like I showed y'all before, the hot zones, right? Money zones, trap zones, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And I have my stop hunt boxes. That's the daily setup. What are they going to do for the day? And then when this is within the trend, it's even better. You know what I'm saying? Like GCAT was within the trend and shit went up 200 pips. Again, I don't be staying for that whole move because I'm more of a get out with my money type guy. You know what I'm saying? That's probably something I got to work on, I guess. But, you know, if you catching 50 to 100 pips a day, and you throwing a nice little, you know what I'm saying? You already know it's Rev out here. You already know. Yeah, don't overcomplicate this, y'all. It's simple. Keep it ABC 1, 2, 3, right? So, y'all, I'm going to end here. What I'm going to do for y'all, I'll drop my link. If y'all not in Rev, my channel, I have a personal channel. Y'all could come into the group, right? I throw my markups in there. Of course, I do my webinars every Sunday, right? We're doing a series. The series is called a series of unfortunate events, right? I'm talking about a lot of psychology because just like my brother said before, it's 10% technical and it's 90% psychological. So it's really about yourself. You can't have yourself, you know, be the reason why you're defeated in this. You know what I'm saying? So one, definitely don't give up. I only been trading for about almost a year. I'm about to hit that year and I'm looking at it like, dang, I only been doing this for a year. I'm thankful because I was able to grasp so much within just a year. So imagine, you know, year 2, where I'm gonna be at, you know? So again, I appreciate y'all for this time. I'm gonna drop my link in here. Let me just drop the link for y'all.
Yo, Rev, one question.
Yeah, nah, of course.
Where does the stop go? Where do you put your stop?
Oh yeah, that's a great question. So if you're buying, you always put your stop below the low of the day, right? So he kind of has a pip count. He does, you know, 25 pips. That's the max. I don't do that. I'm more of a 10, 15 pip below the low. But if it's GJ, I'll give it a little bit more breather room because she likes wick a lot.
Definitely got to do it for GJ.
Yeah, always put it below the low or structure. You know what I'm saying? So if you're in the uptrend, right, probably put it, you know, the previous higher low. Now, if it's too much pips, then you have to tell yourself, all right, fire entries. So your stop loss doesn't have to be crazy. You know, sometimes these trades need some room. You know what I'm saying? So, but always for sure, put it below the low because the psychology is they're picking up orders down there. So they want to trap. Really, the whole business, especially according to the method, is that it's about inducing and trap. So they're just trying to trap or induce you, right? So all the money is below or at the highs, right? So definitely you want to put it below the low. Anybody else have any question? Whoa, it's Maddie out in the joint. You already know the same way the London session. No, you don't mark up the London session. It's just the Asian range. Just the Asian range. Y'all already know. I got y'all. Let me just throw this link in there for y'all, and I'm gonna pass the mic.
Yo. I just do share screen or you got to release it?
Yeah, I'm gonna release it. I got you, right? Give me a second. Yes, when the Asian range is less than 25 pips, that's the ideal setup right there. So when you get your 20 pips of an Asian range, that is, yeah, I only do it on the 15, y'all. Y'all could do it on an hour as well. Yeah, I could definitely do it on an hour, but I've been doing this for so long, so it's simple. So I'm about to be off that. I just threw the link in the chat. Y'all can come into my Telegram channel, look at the charts, get on the Zooms with me. I say it all the time, it's the road to 7 figures. It's not easy, right? But never give up, because that's just playing yourself. Let's get to it. It's Devonte and Godfrey, Rev. For your time. I'm about to pass on the mic right now.
Let's rock. Let's rock. All right, so it's funny that he brought up basically the psychology behind trading and stuff like that, because I'm gonna go through something similar. No, it's not the market maker method. No, it's not, alien wave. No, it's not XYZ. It's basically understanding like trading in the simplest form. All right. So the first thing behind trading is that you want to buy low, sell high. Right? Everybody would agree. Buy low, sell high. The next thing is trading is most about what prices matter. That's all it is, right? What prices matter more than others? How do you get the prices that matter? Bigger time frames, monthly, weekly, daily. Sometimes the 4 hour, but I like to catch bigger moves now. I don't really mess with the 4 hour, unless I'm looking for a particular type of candle. And then what is price doing at that level? Right? So if you're sitting there saying, and I can pull up a lot of texts, I can pull up a lot of messages, anybody that have been talking to me today, I literally said, somebody asked me, was like, oh, what do you think about UJ? I said, I'm not touching UJ, I'm not thinking about UJ until it hits 111.7 or it hits 110.2. If it's not doing one of those, I'm not messing with it. Right? And that's how you got to go about your trading. You can't just say, wake up, I'm in the market, what's going on? You got to say, I'm waiting for it to do what I want it to do, right? So that way, if you take a loss, it's not so much, the market got me. The market makers, they stopped me out. I over leveraged. You're sitting there saying, I waited for this to happen. I trusted my analysis, carry it. All right? So I'm going to kind of just start off about how the market works. All right, so you start off, you got a phase, right? Where it's just real slow in the market, choppy. A lot of people don't like consolidation. A lot of people say, the market's moving too slow. I can't really get a move in. I can't get a trend in. I love consolidation. I actually focus on reading consolidation. I want to catch the move at the lowest possible area, right? A lot of people are used to this, right? Consolidation, break, retest, trend continue. That retest doesn't always have to happen, or it doesn't have to happen immediately. It can happen at any time. So what I do is I say, all right, we're at a low point. We in demand, right? Market consolidated, market consolidated. Quick tip, the last part of a trend, whether it be the hourly, the 15-minute, the weekly, daily, whatever, the last part of the trend is going to be the most aggressive, right? Because that's where the switch is happening from supply to demand or demand to supply, right? So when you see this consolidation, and then you see that sharp move down, and then you see it pull back in like that. That's saying that this whole downtrend that was going on, right? People just easing back on to a price level, right? And that's where the order switch. That's where it switched. And this happens on every single time frame. And you're gonna see that's how I get the entries that I get, because I say, hey, big picture, this is the price level everybody wants to be at. Little picture, I need to see that same exact structure on a 5-minute, 3-minute, 1-minute, 15-minute. I need to see the same thing, and then I'm good, right? Because that's the highest probability setup. So you see something like this, right? Pulls back in there, and then it starts to make its little higher highs, higher lows. You're going to see when we really start to look at some of these entries, you can see what they call the change in character, right? Sharp move down, consolidation, everything switching over at a key level. Last little rally, wait for that to happen, and then you're in the clear from there. Because now you're entering where supply has switched from demand, or demand has switched from supply, right? And your stop loss can go here. Then what happens? You get the confirmation. After you get the confirmation, you get the retest. After you get the retest, you get the continuation. After that, you get what they call the distribution. Now we're getting into supply. Now we're saying price is way too high. Price is hitting a level that they want to keep people down from, right? And then they release it. So you should get the same thing, just opposite direction. Some type of crazy spike, and then a release. Sales are always going to be more violent than buys, general purposely speaking, because in a buy, people are waiting for price to go up. Some people take profit in the drops, When something reaches supply, all hell breaks loose. It just falls out of the sky. And you can see that's what happened with UCAD today, right? I'm going to show y'all the news entry on UCAD that I got last week, and I just TP'd like a couple days ago, because it got to a point, UCAD was in a crazy downtrend, forming a weekly flag, all this simple stuff like that. But then it got to a point where it was at a key level. It was at 1.29 or 1.293 or something like that. And it was just chilling in this box. And while it was in that box, I was analyzing it. Think about it. You got way more time to analyze consolidation than you do trying to get in on the train. Let me look for the pullback, or let me look for the continuation. You might miss that move. Consolidation literally takes forever, right? So that's just the basic market psychology. I'm actually going to start with some crypto. I like to trade exotic stuff. I like to trade stuff that moves. Right? So I'm going to the daily. Go to daily on Ripple. Or I hope so. Let me fast forward. All right. This is the basic chart on Ripple, right? Basic cycle. It started out flat, quiet time, shot up, hit a peak, basically did a double top, and then just dropped down slowly. All right. How many of y'all have seen this chart? Type of one of you seen this chart before? The psychology of a market cycle. Okay. First step. Only a couple of people seen that chart. So this is the psychology behind everything. You literally can apply the same thing to every single chart, every single pair, every single trade. It's gonna be quiet time, right? There's gonna be a time when people are saying the markets are slow. I can't really get a trade in. I don't like consolidation. Where's the news? I need to see a spike or something like that. That's when the smart traders are really analyzing, because they're looking for entry right there. All right, they're looking for entry down here. That's where you look for entry at. All of that is happening at key levels, is happening at supply and demand, right? And then you get the breakout, right? The average trader, the safe trader is going to say, let me see this breakout and let me see it pull back, but I need to see it hit off of a level or something like that. All right, so you get on this first move. If you're in this first move, you're good, right? And then you get to the point where the trend is in full health, is in full strength, right? So now the average trader, they have to wait till they see so much movement in the market to say, all right, it's finally an uptrend. Then what happens is they get in too late, they get trapped, right? And they say, oh, this is just a pullback. It's going to go back up. Let me add some more orders down here. And then they don't quite go back up. You fall asleep, move the stop loss because you're like, oh, I don't want it to whip me out. I want to take it back to the high. I'm thinking about what I'm going to buy next. And then that market just dropped. It's just crashed, right? Things coming out of supply always happen faster than things coming out of demand. And then you get back in the cycle, right? You get back in the same low. It coming right back to that low to retest. And the same thing happens over and over again, right? This Wall Street chart looks exactly like Ripple, exactly like every single cryptocurrency market. I had a buy at around 25.50 a couple weeks ago, right? Support resistance, you got to break out over here at this level. Support resistance came back. I'm gonna go to the 5 minute. Everything's patterns, right? If y'all see indicators on my chart, it's usually just, you know, for it to look nice. Everything is patterns. Let me go to a date. All right. So it's literally just the same thing on a 5 minute chart, right? What did we talk about before? We said buy low, sell high, right? 25 cents is extremely low for Ripple, extremely low, right? We say prices that matter, 25 cents matter for Ripple, right? What is the price doing? It's consolidating the stop hunting. What is it doing, all right? So it got down to this low, right? Like I said, the end of a trend is always the most aggressive. Boom, end of the trend, spike down to the low, right? After that, it started consolidating, right? And it got to that last point. You see what they call the last point of supply, right? So this is the last sell-off right here. The very last sell-off on a 5 minute chart, right? Then you finally get that breaking structure. You get that higher low that you want. I enter right there. I enter right there because I say my risk is only down here. If I lose the trade, okay, so what? I lose the trade, right? XRP can burn. But I'm telling you, man, now you enter down here. And then what happened next? It just start going. Just start going. Now you get your continuation, you get your flags, right? You get your breakouts. And it just keeps on going up, right? Same thing. Let me go to go to GJ. All right. This was that day all the pound pairs went crazy. All the pound pairs went crazy, right? All at the same time, August 29th, middle of the night, right? I'm looking at GA, GJ, right? If I squeeze this market down, right? You see a similar thing, but in an uptrend and continuation, right? Last part of the trend is most aggressive, right? Consolidating, consolidating, consolidating. Get that spike down to the low. Come back up, make that higher low. Entry. What do you have? What do you have to risk? What do you have to risk when you're entering on such a low price, on such an important time frame? What do you have to risk? Right? You got. I would argue to say you got more to risk up here than you do down here. Why not catch it at the low? Right? Catch it at the low. Consolidate, consolidate. Next thing you know, you're ready for the breakout. 200 pips plus, easy. Right? Same thing, GA. Same old, same old. And I can literally just send y'all a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to look at. All right? Last aggressive move down, right? And all of this is happening at key levels, right? These are daily key levels. These are weekly key levels, monthly, sometimes they're all happening at key levels, right? What prices matter, what is going on at price. See consolidation at the major supply and demand zones, see consolidation at the key levels, right? Go to the smaller time frame, wait for this type of setup, wait for that aggressive move down, that consolidation, the last little aggressive move, switch from a lower lows, lower highs to higher highs, higher low, smaller time frame, right? And you're gonna always see a candle that kind of shift the momentum, right? You're gonna see that shift in momentum candle. Entry, put your entry below the low and just let it ride out. It's the same thing over and over. Same thing over and over, even on a continuation, right? Push up, push down. Price like to move in a range. It consolidates 70% of the time, right? Push down, right? That's setting the range right there. A lot of people saying, oh, it's going to drop. GA is going to drop 1.78, right? The whole time, right? This was just a drop off. This was a pit stop, right? For that uptrend to continue. Look at that shift in look at that shift in momentum again. Look at that change of character, right? People see that move down to the downside and they say, oh, that's a strong engulfer candle. It's got to go down. No, that's just a rapid sell off, okay? Right? I really go in and I zoom in and I see, all right, this is a little double bottom right here on a 5 minute. Same thing Devonte was talking about. Engulfing, break, retest. That's the entry right there on the 5 minute. What are you risking? Put the risk below this. Now you're risking 10, 15 pips for 200 pips, right? And it happens over and over again, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, boom, break, retest. Smaller time frames, and just continue on. CAD news, right? This was the setup before CAD news. So if anybody ever traded CAD news, red folder CAD news, you might see the same thing in a feed. This is what you really want to look for. I look for a couple things, right? First of all, where is the most recent low or high? All right. No, I don't mark up on the 5 minute. I just look for a certain. I look for a certain structure. So on the 5 minute, this is what I'm looking.
1 second, Marvin. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. Real quick. Guys, real quick. I got a question for you. All right. Got a question for you. Are you guys enjoying the
That's
webinar?
okay. God had a plan.
Is everybody enjoying the
Fire.
It should ain't done that. Let's go ahead and a lot of catch them. Then that's what people gonna try to do something about.
Drop a 1 inside the chat right now if you are enjoying the webinar, if you're capturing these nuggets right now. If these two powerful beings right now are setting you up for NFP, drop a 1 inside the chat right now if you're taking notes. Go ahead. We're going to stop sharing for a minute, Mark. All right. Stop sharing. I need everybody to do me a favor. All right. Let's see who's really taking notes right now. Because trust me, you've been waiting for this for longer. I need everybody to share your screen real quick. Share your screen. Put those cameras up. Let me see these beautiful faces. Go ahead. Put those cameras up real quick. There we go. My man, Brooklyn is in the house. Mr. Sean Joseph. Brooklyn is in the house. Sean, you need to be on this webinar, man. I'm going to give you a chance to speak and share, man. Listen, like I told you guys before. All right. I told you guys before. Check this out, team. You know, we used to watch television. Now we telling our vision. Okay? So yes. That's right. We got Doug Tabor in the house. Doug, what's going on? So team, this is what I want you guys to do. Put up those notepads. Put up those notepads real quick. Let me see those notepads. There we go, baby. There we go. Look at those notes. Look at all the people in here taking notes right now. Guys, if you're not taking notes right now, you've been waiting for Marvin. You guys been waiting for Marvin to get on here and do his thing. You guys been waiting for Devonte to get on here and do his thing. And if you're not taking notes, I'm sorry for your loss. I'm sorry for your loss. Look at that. He got a new composition. And Sean Joseph, what's up, my brother? Brooklyn Trade House is in the building.
Yes, we are. Shout out to you, Oran. I love what's going on right now. Shout out to everybody that's on this call. Please, y'all, they're dropping some nuggets. It's imperative that you take notes, that you look at what's going on. These brothers have put in the time, the blood, the sweat, and the tears, and they're giving back to you. I want to give a strong shout out to my man Devonte. He came out of Brooklyn Trade House. He got his own thing going on now, REV. Brooklyn Trade House is in alliance with REV, and we are really here to help the community. Shout out to everybody.
Let's go. Guys, this is not the last time. Listen, I'm going to get back to, as you can see here, we got something going on here. We got wings, football, and pips. Wings, football, and pips right now. Marvin, continue doing your thing. I'm tuning out. I'm watching. I got you guys on every screen. If you can see, there's another screen way on the other side, and the webinar is over there too. So every time we walk, we got webinars everywhere. All right, so guys, continue doing what you're doing. I'm gonna tune out. Go ahead and share your thing, man.
All right. So, yeah, and I was talking to Oran earlier. I was just telling him that I was like, I get so excited teaching, man. I get so excited teaching. So a lot of the things with the webinar wasn't so much, when is he gonna get off, when is he gonna, drop a link. I can drop a link anytime. I just don't know what to start out with first, right? I got so much things going on, man, from harmonics to divergence to candlesticks to whatever. I try to keep it as simple as possible in the time frame that we got. But this is what we're looking at now. I love trading red folded cat news, right? A lot of people say what? News doesn't really matter. It only accelerates what was going to happen anyway, right? That's all it was going to do. Look at this, USD CAD. So on the 4 hour, right? Before this news happened, on the 4 hour, that's what you got, right? You got this aggressive move down, right? Like I said, the last move down at the end of the trend is always going to be aggressive, right? It's always going to be aggressive. Aggressive move down, you got what? Seller exhaustion, right? That's exhaustion right there on the 4 hour. That's an exhausted wick, right? We tried to break up, try to retest, couldn't do it, right? This is 1.2900. Very, very key level for USD CAD. Very key level, right? Back tested. What happened next, right? We tried the evening star, right? We tried the evening star at a low, all right? Evening star is a reversal pattern. We tried the evening star at a low, all right? That's red flag number 1. Evening star at a low, railroad right after, okay? Didn't quite continue up yet. It broke up, it created some wicks right here, right? All of those buyers was trapped right there, but they won't be trapped for long, right? Try it again. You got exhaustion to the high. This is a big trap move. I'm gonna show you the same thing on Euro JPY. These false evening stars and morning stars happen all the time, right? You just gotta know how to enter. You got that evening star, right? Oh, you got that evening star, right? Exhaustion. I don't trade evening stars unless they engulf the first candle. Girls, I do not trade evening stars unless they engulf the first candle. If I get something false like this, right? False evening star, I buy in that zone because I know this is a false move. Always. If you get a real evening star or a real morning star, draw a zone on the indecision candle. Okay? Let me mute everybody real quick. I mute everybody. All right, thanks. All right, so false evening star, you buy in the zone of the bearish candle of where it closed at. False evening star. Real evening star, morning star, you put a zone on the indecision candle, it's going to come back to where that indecision happened. You got to think about it psychology-wise, right? You got bulls pushing up on a real evening star, you got indecision, and then you got a bearish engulfing. That is always going to get tested on a smaller time frame because they're going to say, all right, wait, we had too much confusion at this zone. We got to come back to it to really see what the trend is. And I'm going to show you all examples of it, okay? But going back to USD CAD, right, you got that crazy exhaustion to the low. So I looked at this and I said, all right, there's no way this low can be broken, right? There's no way that low can be broken. And we consolidated a couple of days before news, right? We got red folded GDP happening. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not even going to analyze this USD CAD. I'm going to wait till 30 minutes before the news happens. 30 minutes before the news happens, I go on my 5-minute chart, right? We'll remember the setup that we said we was looking for. And there's different ways in this consolidation it can happen, but it's all usually the same stuff, right? Final aggressive move down to the low, boom. That's letting people know if you're late to the trend, this is your last chance right here. Bottom move down to the low, right? Some initial trader, they see that pullback and they say, oh, I'm gonna get in on the sell again. They give you another aggressive move to make you think that that's continuing down, right? But it doesn't break that low. It doesn't break us the low right here. We're sitting on 1.29 and we have red folded news coming up, right? It comes back up, spikes up here, right? And you can say, oh, this is a break and retest. This is a break and retest of that zone. That's what they want you to do. They want you to keep selling at the low. We buy at the low, right? We buy at the low. That's not a break and retest. That's letting you know that's the fight right there, right? So if you're not catching on to catch these entries down here, you can put a buy stop above that, and it'll snag your order, and it'll never come back, right? So it came back down once more, right? And it set this, right? It set this low. That same little V bottom, set it on the 5-minute chart, right? Came in, broke and retest, not one time, but 2 times, right? And this is literally minutes before the news, right? Look at that setup that you got. Look at that setup. Let's zoom in on these candles. Look at that setup that you got, right? You got that consolidation. That could have been an entry. Came back down, didn't quite break it, got some exhaustion, right? And then you got that last little doji, last little hammer. But you see how they trap you. This is how they trap you, right? Most traders, they look for exhaustion. They look for wicks. Oh, wicks to the upside, that lets you know that there's bearish pressure. Wicks to the downside lets you know that's bullish pressure. They give you wicks to the upside right before the news starts. So people can sell right here, right? Thinking this is about to be a double top, anticipating and not seeing the market for what it is, and then stop losses get blown out of the water, right? That one wick right there, you get one retest on the 5-minute. One retest. Pulls back on it, same time news happening, right? And we haven't been there since. We haven't been there since. Almost 300 pips. We haven't been there since. Kept on going. We probably still, even with NLP, we probably get down to, we probably still won't touch that entry. Right? You get to a point last night, everybody's like, oh, wait, it's slowing down. Wait, it's about to drop right now. USD about to drop right now. Look what you get. This is the continuation version of what we saw down at the low. Same thing, right? You get that push up. As soon as you get that push up, you're going to get an automatic reaction. That's what's that called. You're going to get an automatic reaction, right? Push up, automatic reaction. That's going to set the range. The final push up and then the automatic reaction. That's going to set the range, right? Once that set the range, you put something at the top, you put something at the bottom. Then you wait for what they call a spring, right? You're going to get that push. Like I said, the same thing, the aggressive push down, right? And this double bottom out left all of that seller exhaustion right there. So what I said is, all right, I got all this exhaustion down here. If this price comes back to the zone, I'm buying. Why? Because my risk is going to be tight. And what happens? Momentum slow going down, momentum slow going down. Oh, we come back down to all these wicks. All right, if you don't believe it right there, believe it again on the second touch. This is the third time in that zone right there. I entered right here last night. I put my stop loss right at this low. So what is that? Like 10 pip, 15 pip stop loss, or not even. Like a 10 pip stop loss, 5 pip stop loss. Right? Shoot up. It's happening. Never touch the stop loss. And then what happened, right? We had the news. We had the news that came out, said it was negative for the dollar, okay? Sometimes the news can be delayed, meaning that they want people to go on Forex Factory and say, oh, this is what the news is saying. The news came in super negative for the dollar. Oh, the dollar's going to drop. Let me sell. A lot of people sold right there. That's why you saw that spike down to the low. But what did it do? It just came back into our range, the bottom part of our range, never broke that spring position. That's why I call that a spring, because that right there is going to let you know where the momentum is at, and never broke that low. Gave you one more entry. In case you missed it when it sprung, in case you missed it, Tokyo session, in case you missed it again, they give you one more so you can catch the entry. Threw a hammer, right? Waiting for people to sell here. People saw this rectangle. People said, oh, man, it's going to sell right now. Going to sell right now. Spiked them. Right? Now, right, this is what I said. If you can count to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you can trade. So once we get up here, we finally get up into that supply zone. This is where the move was going to happen at. It wasn't going to happen down here. It was too much consolidation. The move was going to happen up here. What have we been saying all of this time? The last part of a trend is the most aggressive, right? Look how strong that candle was. You got a 5-minute candle that moved 25 pips. The last part of it is going to be aggressive. Wait for that aggressive move when you think the trend is going to reverse. Okay? If it's still moving sluggish and all that is consolidating, you're in trend continuation. Wait for that move to reverse. And then what you get after that? You got engulfing after engulfing after engulfing. Right? Put a sell stop below what a zone exploded from. Sell stop below there. Matched up perfect. Down she goes. So that move is going to happen regardless. It's just, are you going to wait for the perfect setup for it to happen? I always say the market is doing one of four things at every single time. Anytime, right? Consolidation. So it's either accumulating or distributing. It's either gathering up at demand, getting ready to go up, or it's gathering up at supply, getting ready to go down, right? After it's consolidating, that's when you get your impulses and your breakouts. So either the market is making a sharp move, right? Showing you the direction, showing you the momentum, right? Always trade with the momentum. If you don't trade with the momentum, then you trade after reversal happens, all right? Then it's trending and continuation. So that's where you look for your flags, your triangles, your pullbacks, your J hooks, anything like that. You look for continuation, right? And then that market is going to reverse. Only four things. So every time you wake up, before you even say uptrend or downtrend, say, all right, is the market consolidating, right? Is it accumulating down at a demand zone? Is it getting ready to reverse? Are we in a trend, right? Because looking for these type of setups, right? Looking for those, looking for something like this, right? The same pattern, spring. Looking for that is different from looking for, oh, let me see if I get a triangle, breakout, oh, let me see if I get a J hook, breakout, oh, let me see if I get a pennant, breakout. That's different. You got to know what you're looking for when you get into the market. That's why understanding some big time supply and demand, understanding big time key levels, it matters, okay? It matters. Let me see. Got some stuff in the chat. Sorry, guys. What are we talking about? Here we go. Somebody kids. Yes. Boom. Charmaine, you on point. Consolidation. Well, accumulation and consolidation goes together. So accumulation is saying we're going from supply to demand. So right, that's at the bottom. Distribution is saying we're going from demand to supply, and it's at the top, at the supply zone, right? Impulsing, right? So that's when you see the breakout. That lets you know the direction, right? And then trend continuation, and then you get the reversal. It always happens, right? So that's when you apply it to multiple time frames, right? You apply it on, yes, this is on the 5 minute. You apply it to the 5 minute. So how it break down this market, right? I would sit there and literally just say, I would say, oh, this is a zone where a bearish engulfing came out of. This is a nice supply zone, 1.3200. That's a key weekly level, whatever. So I would say I am bullish. I am fully bullish until we get up to that zone. Regardless, I am bullish until we get up to that zone because we were bullish down into this zone. I always say, whatever gets you into a trade, it should be what takes you out the trade. Simple as that. If you got in on a reversal pattern, then you should see a reversal pattern to get you out. If you got in on an engulfing or a morning star, then an evening star or a bearish engulfing will be what takes you out of the trade. A lot of times people get in, they have these nice entries and they don't stay in the trend long enough to see the whole move, right? That's what is going on there. Let me go to EJ. As a matter of fact, let me go to RUC. 1 hour. So it's the same thing. All of these same things are happening, right? In the supply zone. Came up, couldn't break it, right? I bet you right up there, we got the same type of distribution, right? Drop down. The last part of the trend is most aggressive. Think about it. On this trend, on this downtrend, AU, it was nice and consistent. Gave you a lot of chances to get in, a lot of pullbacks. Then it got to this low. That's when you start seeing those sharp moves down. Those sharp moves down. Because a lot of traders, they got to be super convinced before they get into a trade. I don't need to be super convinced. I just need to follow my rules. I need to be disciplined. I need to say, all right, we're at a key level. I'm seeing this type of consolidation. I'm seeing these type of candles. I see this type of reversal pattern. That's what's getting me in the trade, right? I'm not waiting for the whole trend to happen. And then I say, all right, I finally get on the last pullback. And then I see this aggressive move and I start stacking orders. And then next, you know, it reverses. And then, you know, you're in a world of hurt, right? AU was doing the same thing. All right, let's get used to seeing this, right? Let's train your eyes to see that, right? Aggressive move down, right? Bounced off, came back, aggressive move down again. Let me go to a 15-minute. All right. What do we say? We get that aggressive move down, right? Get that automatic reaction, right? Once you get that aggressive move down, you get that automatic reaction. That's going to be your range, right? It came down. You did the spring. Same thing. That same little double bottom looking Batman thing that we saw on the 5-minute on Ripple, that we saw on GJ, that we saw on UCAT. It did the same exact thing, right? What makes this different is that this is at a key level for USD. All USD, 0.7160. It happened at a key level. And then what happened? It came back and gave you the first higher low, right? When a true reversal happens, right, you're going to have more than enough time to get in the trend. More than enough time, right? We still ain't even fully broken out of all USD. You're going to have more than enough time to get in the trade when you see a reversal. So don't be in a hurry just to get in on a reversal. Maybe you're in a hurry to get in on the pullback, but not on a reversal, all right? Go down to a 3-minute. All right, this is my entry early on AU. You turn all these EMAs off. Just use them for show. Same thing, right? Consolidation, aggressive move down, right? You get your sharp W. Draw a line. Right? Draw a line, came down, see it didn't break that low. Entry. All right, you don't believe it yet, right? Wait for it to break structure right there. Entry. Put your stop loss below the low, and now you ride in this. You're riding this trade. Riding this trade, and it still haven't even broken out yet. Okay. What pairs y'all want to look at? Let's go through a pair. Just shout out any pair. I'm gonna go to EJ, but if y'all got a pair, what are we looking at? EU, EA, EG. EG is horrible. Ugh. Odd NZD. Odd NZD is actually a nice one. We got odd NZD. 1 second. Let me go to EJ. Right? So EJ did that same type of pattern we was looking at. Same type. Did it on the 4 hour. Sharp progressive move down. Then you get that automatic reaction. Right? The last parts of a trend is always the most aggressive. Right? As soon as you get that sharp move down, that automatic reaction, set it into a range. You set it into range, what happens? You get that little W. Same thing we was talking about. Right? And then you get that break and retest of that W. Entry. That entry on EJ still hasn't been touched. Still. We got GJ. Somebody said something about GN. Oh, all NZD, I know. Good thing nobody said nothing about chef pairs. I don't see how y'all trade chef pairs. The worst. Right? Same thing. Last move down is the most aggressive, right? And then you get an automatic reaction. You get that V bottom push. We don't enter on that. That's what's setting your range. Now, once you get into what your range is, you go all the way down to the smaller time frames, right? You go down to the smaller time frames and you see the exact same thing over and over and over, right? Aggressive push down, automatic reaction. That's set the range. Wait for it to fall out of the range. Fall out of the range, that was the stop hunt. Come back in the range, give you another double bottom, all right? Double bottom, break and retest of the neckline. That's the entry, 140.74. Still hasn't been touched. TP at 560 pips. Telling you. All NZD for the, wow. Oof. I'm going on weekly all NZD. This is why I like all NZD. Same pattern. Same exact pattern, right? Last move down is the most aggressive. Let me delete this box. Last move down right there, most aggressive move. All right, boom. This is the range that is moving in. All the NZD is going to fly. All the NZD is literally going to fly, okay? Set the range right here, right? Wait for it to fall out of the range, came back in, give you some type of reversal pattern right there. Put another line on that breaker structure. You see that break and retest of the reversal pattern, right? Let's put the candles on, right? Wick entry on the weekly. It's all the same thing over and over. I will be so surprised if 1.05 ever gets touched, like for the rest of the year. Maybe not till spring 2019. Okay. Where you swinging that to? You're swinging all the NZD to here, at least. All right. GN. GN the same thing. In case you didn't notice, NZD might be the weakest currency in the long run. Might be the weakest currency. Keep that in mind. Right? All right, so now we're getting back into this range of what we saw on USD CAD. Same thing. Right? Get that break up. Top of the range. Get your automatic rally. Back down here. All right, let's do it on the close. Get your automatic rally back down here. And now you're moving into that range, right? Now you're moving into this range until you start to see that spring. You see it fall out of the range, okay? Pull back in, right? Look at that double bottom right there. Throw a line on the neckline, right? That's your first sign of strength. That's what you call a shifting momentum candle. This is on a weekly. Shifting momentum candle right there, right? But like I said, when you're getting in a real trade, when you're getting in a trade that's going to give you 100 pips, 500 pips, 1,000 pips, it's going to take time to accumulate. Because for price to move up or down a certain amount of pips, a lot of people, there has to be a lot of interest at that level, right? So look at what we got. Came back wick entry, right? Came back wick entry, haven't been touched yet. Right in that same zone, 50% of the wick at least. Draw your little zone, came back another wick entry. 500 pips, exploded. And the nice thing about GN, right? The same thing. We're just now getting out of this range. When GN is at least going to go to 2.01. Mark my words, is at least going to go to 2.01. Right? Because we're just now getting out of this range. I haven't brought up a fib yet. I haven't brought up a harmonic. I haven't brought up divergence. Nothing. This is just looking at what the market is doing. Looking at, all right, are we reversing? Are we continuing? Are they gathering up orders? Is everybody waiting for this thing to break out? Right? This is how you read consolidation. The candles are going to tell you everything. The most recent impulse is going to tell you everything. The momentum is going to tell you everything. All right? Get used to seeing the pattern. Get used to seeing how ranges work. Let me see. All right, there we go. Same old, same old. One more time. All right. Last move of the trend is most aggressive move, right? Let me delete everything. Actually, I'll just slide that line up. Right here. All right. That's your initial range, right? Last move of the trend is most aggressive move. Cool. Let it consolidate. Let it fall out of the range. Fell out of the range. Double bottom. Okay, cool. We missed that move. Now it's traveling on down, consolidating. You get right there. Same old pattern, double bottom. Right? And this happened on August 28th. Let's put a circle around all of this. Let's go to that date. Yeah, I use moving averages. Like I said, sometimes, most of the time, indicators is on my chart for decoration. But if you're in a smaller time frame and you see like it's finding support on like an 800 EMA or a 200 EMA, that's going to give you a lot of confluence on where the momentum is starting to shift at. But for the most part, not really. Go to August. Go to August 29th. Five minutes. Yep. Same old, right? Last part of the trend, the most aggressive. Boom, push down. Okay. Then you're gonna get the retest. All right, this is a nice little range right here. Fell out of the range twice. Nice, but let it get back into the range. In case you didn't notice, this is another thing. So Fibonacci, moving averages, everything is based on price getting back to a median, right? The market always has to be in some type of balance, some type of yin and yang. So that's why when you see prices consolidate for so long, and I'm surprised Devonte didn't bring this up about ADR. All right, ADR is a great tool because you think about it as like money in the bank, right? ADR is saying every day a certain pair has X amount of pips to move. All right, so let's say UJ, for instance, let's say UJ is moving 60 pips a day. Monday it comes and moves 30 pips. Tuesday comes and moves 10 pips. Wednesday comes and moves 20 pips, right? So if UJ was supposed to be moving 60 pips a day, and in 3 days it only moved, what, 60 pips? Then it means it still has money left in the bank to move all of those pips and then some. That's why you get all of these crazy impulses. So when you get a beast, right? When you get a beast like GBP NZD, that was consolidating for so long, you're going to get that explosion. You're going to get this explosion for 400 pips, 500 pips. Look at this, right? Same move. Break up, create the range. Average daily range, that's what ADR stands for. So break up, create the range. Come back, test it down. Right, sitting here, oh, it's not going to sell, not going to sell. Great retest, explode. Whether you caught the news or not, it's all doing the same thing. All right, let's create another range. Right, came down, fell out of the range a little bit. Still ranging, still ranging. It's actually still ranging. This is current price. All right. Oh no. Then we explode over here. Pound news, Brexit news, whatever. It's always going to come down and do that same thing. Last move is the most aggressive move. Come back, pull back into the range. Break structure, retest it, explode. Right. GA is a beast. GA is a beast. Let's see what else. What else pays? UJ. Oh my UJ. As y'all can see, my chart was all marked up for UJ this week. I'm trying to catch every move. Same thing, all right? Harmonic in a supply zone, that's like killer. Harmonic in a supply zone is killer, right? Whatever this harmonic is, I'm sorry, I don't got the cheat sheet. I don't remember them all back to back. But when you got this big drop like this, right? Think about it. UJ moved from 109.6 to 111.8, basically untouched, and then it just automatically dropped there. So that lets you know that something up in that zone is telling price to just disintegrate. It's just telling it to drop, right? So when you come back up there, you see exhaustion, you see railroads. Think about it. You had plenty of time to get into this move, right? Plenty of time to get into this move. And then if you miss the initial, you get back on the 38.2 pullback. Right? You just literally one of the most easiest pairs to trade. Right? Simple. Right? You get the break of that zone. Right? You get the break of the zone. It's matching this wick with this wick. Wicks always get filled. If they don't get filled immediately, they get filled on the opposite side. Point blank period. Right? Came back, retested it. Now what are you getting? All right, so you got this Morningstar, right? Did that Morningstar really engulf the other one? No, so I'm not quite sold on it unless you get another follow-through candle. But right now, I'm not sold on it. All right, AJ. So all it is knowing where you're at in the trade. Oh, wow, I forgot all about AJ. So look at that. This is the opposite side of the spectrum. This is what it's looking like. As you can see, when you're reading consolidation, all right, put that in that range up there. We're reading consolidation, right? Pushing up, pushing up. Now you see that the momentum of the candles is switching. Right? The momentum of the candles are a little different, right? They're not all of these strong green candles trying to move everything. You get that change of character. That's why I call it change of character candle, right? That lets you know where the momentum is, right? You got to be able to read momentum. Read when it's chopping, read when it's impulsing, read who's in control of the market right now, right? When I saw that candle right there, that lets me know bears is in control of the market. Do I enter down at the bottom of an impulse? Never, right? But you have an indecision candle. Who remember what I said about indecision candles in an evening star type setup? Put a zone on the indecision candle, wait for it to come back to that zone, and that's your entry. That's how you get those tight entries right there. Indecision candle, like I said, when a true reversal is going to happen, we're going to hit that price at least 3 to 5 times. So you're going to have time to hit it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, drop. Right? Consolidation touches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, drop. Right? Break, retest. Right? If you got to wait for the break and retest, cool. And then it just goes down from there. It just goes down from there. So let me see. Let's see if we got something special going on in this zone. This was August 29th. No. August 29th, 25. Go down to the 5 minute. Get used to seeing this stuff on a smaller time frame. All right. It's a 5 minute chart. Seeing the same exact thing, right? Seeing that push up, let it try to make the high, right? On a 5 minute chart. Five-minute chart, this is what we're doing. All right, remember what I said about the evening star. All right, this is a little evening star with some follow through. Right here. And this is it, and that's what makes the difference of all of this. This is a very key zone for all JPY. So you gotta be able to identify the key zones. This is a real key zone for all JPY. So the fall was going to happen regardless. Right? When you get that indecision candle, right? Get that indecision candle, create a little zone. Right. One at the bottom of the candle, one at the top of the candle. Look what happened. It wicked it. See, it's things like that. When you start to get entries so good, sometimes you miss out on trades because you set a limit and then you wake up and you're like, all right, the spread didn't pick up my order. You want to have that type of problem, all right? You want to have those type of problems. Indecision candle, right? Came back and threw that wick right in the indecision candle, right where it's at. Can't make this stuff up. Cannot make this stuff up. Okay? All right? Same thing, right? Let's see what we got. So now we're ranging. All right, so this is kind of this is the opposite of what we saw in the other range, okay? Opposite what we saw in the other range, right? So you got the first push down, right? First push down, you got the automatic reaction, right? Just like how we saw on the bullish ranges, right? The bullish consolidation, we saw it fall out of the low and come back in, and then we created zones from that. So this is going to fall out of the high, right? Push out of the high and then come back down, right? Consolidate a little bit, push up to the high again. Once you see it, so this is what I do, right? When I see it fall out of that automatic range, this is how you make ranges. So initial push down, initial push up, automatic range. Let it push out of the high. As soon as it push out of the high, I create a zone. Right? And I said, when price gets back into this green zone, I'm selling. I'm waiting for the candlestick patterns and I'm selling. I put my stop above the zone. Notice it doesn't break above that zone. That's a 7 pip box. 7 pip box. Right? And then if you want to look left and you say, okay, this is why it stopped at the zone. We got structure to the left. Why else did we stop? Right? We had this real strong impulse down. We got that little indecision candle, right? All wicks get filled. Little indecision candle right there. Came back at the bottom of that wick, wicked it twice. Nothing is ever going to reverse off of one point. It's always going to hit something at least 3 to 5 times, regardless. Okay. Break and retest. Continue on down. Continue on down. What other pairs? Who got NFP protections? Let's go look at the look at DXY. Dixie. What did the dollar do today? Ooh, it's interesting. So what we getting tomorrow? Type in the box. We're getting strong dollar or weak dollar, NFP prediction. Strong dollar, weak dollar. Strong dollar, okay. Strong dollar. So let me go to the daily. Go to the weekly. Right? Just let y'all know we see the same thing. Right? Last aggressive push down. Try to make a morning star. Couldn't break out, came back down. Railroaded, left a lot of wicks. What do you do? Create a range. Right? Created a range, came back, wick down one more time. Create another range. Came back down here. Think about if you had seen this on the dollar index. You could have swung every dollar pair from April till now. It did the exact same thing. This is called accumulation. And it did this on the weekly, right? Morning star couldn't follow through. Once it left that wick right there, I'm putting the limit at halfway through this wick at least, or at least the bottom of this candle. Right? It's the entry. This is the entry zone. Look at that. You get 3 weeks of touches in that zone before it really takes off, right? And then you get the breakout. And that was the thing. Everybody was waiting on this pullback, right? Everybody was waiting on this pullback to happen. You know, it's not going to happen like that. It's not going to happen like that all the time, right? Because think about it. What is an invert head and shoulders? Invert head and shoulders is a reversal pattern. So if we're going to get a reversal pattern, right? This is back to basic market structure. If you're going to get a reversal pattern, right, not every inverted head and shoulders is going to be just like that. All this is doing is it came down, lower low, lower high, overall low, and it had to take out this high. It had to. It had to make a higher high so it could come back down eventually if it wants to make a higher low. That's how you know the trend is going to be right there. All right. But look, now you got this exhausted zone. Now you got that exhausted zone, right? What we say about indecision candles, it'll get retested. So I could see a strong dollar shoot up just to this indecision zone, make a double top, and then we get the breakdown that we want. You could see that, right? Also, this is the same thing we talked about with the fake morning star. I mean, yeah, the fake evening star, right? Push up, Push down, left wicks, that creates the zone. That's the buy entry. Go down to the 5 minutes, see the same thing. You take that over, right? 75% of that candle, you get railroads. What's next? You get exhaustion. Buy off of exhaustion. See all these wicks? Yeah, everybody think it was reversal. Blasted through those wicks. Evening star setup. For this thing to really drop, trust me when I say this, it has to touch the zone. It won't just fall out of the sky. It has to touch that indecision. This is a true evening star on the weekly. If the dollar really wants to drop, it's to go down and do this. Because what is that saying for EU? Which of course is basically the inverse, right? Somebody have a question? I'll turn the mic on. All right. Weekly morning star. Come down to the zone. Get some type of W, and then we get the break. All right. It's all the same thing. DXY, EU, inverses of each other, in case you didn't know. Same exact thing. People say, why is that? All right. The dollar is the most traded currency. The euro is the most traded pair. London is the biggest trading session. CJ, I hope that don't mean Chef JPY. I hope you're talking CAD JPY. Shabazz, was that CAD JPY or Chef JPY? I'm assuming CAD JPY. Oof. This is looking ugly. That's looking rough. But hey, overall, same thing. Same exact thing. All right. Last move, most aggressive move. Push down, create a range. Fell out of the range. Retest. That's why this exploded the way it did. This could go to test the top of that range. Got the candles. Let me add an RSI. All right. Let's go to the daily close. So that's the thing. A lot of people think NFP about the dollar, but NFP affects Canada too, right? So CAD could pick up a lot of strength tomorrow. A lot of strength. All right. So I get down here and I see all of this exhaustion, right? 5 days. They try to break this zone 5 days. Still hasn't broken it. Go to a 4 hour. All right, 4 hours starting to railroad a little bit, right? So it's make or break for CAD JPY right now. It's setting up some hidden bullish divergence. Somebody had a question? Somebody said something? So, and on that same date, this was a, Morningstar and Even Star and Golf. Let me go find a good one. On that same date that it did all of this drop, this is when UCAD went up. So when you trade in these new setups, you're looking for the 5 minute charts, you're looking for that break of structure. If it's important news like GDP or some other type of release, it's not going to touch that zone for a while. It's not going to touch that zone for a while. Let me see. Right, and like I said, nothing ever reverses from just one point. So this big sale happened a couple months ago on CAD-JPY. Right, and all it did was came back to that zone. But of course, what did it come back to? The indecision candle. Right there, railroaded right at the indecision candle. So if you miss a move, right? If you miss a move on an evening star setup, or some people call this like the 3 inside down or whatever, 3 outside. If you miss a move with this type of candlestick setup, please, please, please go to the indecision candle, right? Put a limit right at the indecision candle. It's going to hit. Same thing right here, indecision candle. Right? Came right up in there. Nothing but wicks. Right? You can put your stop loss right above the wick or whatever. And it just dropped. Okay? So always know where exhaustion is in the market. Always know where the longest wicks are coming from. Always know where the reversals can be coming from. Let's see. What's another good pair? Another good pair we need to talk about. Gee, odd. Who was in this cell right here? A lot of people was in this cell. Your cat. One of my old favorite characters. So you're okay getting set up for it as well. Because as you can see, we got this whole zone, right? Got this whole zone right here. All right, on a big time frame. I always start on a bigger time frame. Look at that. The last place on that level, we had a nice strong bullish engulfing. It broke through it. You got the first retest, right? Like I said, everything in Forex always happens in 3s or 5s. You got the first retest on the daily. You got 1, 2. Never was able to close above that. Look at this. Look at that. Never was able to close above that. Look how sweet that is. Now once you start making your confluences, is it EJPY? All right, you pull a fib out. High to low. First low point. All right. And this one I start talking about the clusters. All right, so you get 1 fib right here. You pull this up. All right. A lot of the market is all, like I said, it's all trying to get back to some type of average. The market is all a big cycle. It's going to keep going up and down forever. It's always going to have swings. It's trying to get back to some type of average. So now you say, okay, when I take this sell at EuroCAD, right? We got a railroad or whatever you want to call it, engulfing at the breaker structure, 1 retest, 2 retests, right? It should be starting to send this pair down. Now you're looking for 5th clusters. You're looking for where the downtrend is clustering with the uptrend, right? And see if you get some type of key level, right? It's not a coincidence that this little exhausted zone here is the 50% on the downtrend and 38.2 on the uptrend. So even if this uptrend was to continue, it could literally just pull back down to 38.2 and shoot back up if it wants to. On a sell, that's still 200, 250 pips, but that's what you're looking at, right? Another cluster, right? So that's how you start to use the fibs together, 61.8 and 23.6. Another cluster, right? It's not a coincidence. All Fibonacci is saying is you're getting into a certain price range, the average of what the pair could be doing. You know, my guy asked about the Morningstar setup again. This is another good example right here, right? Morningstar, you got the 3rd candle engulfing the 1st candle. You got the indecision candle. What you do? Create a zone, the indecision candle. It comes back down in that zone, and the trend is true. It will take off, regardless. Because what this is saying in the market is that there was a struggle right there. It was indecision. We couldn't really get anything going right there. So once it breaks out, it's going to come back down and test it again. So you don't even have to get it on this entry right here. You can get it right back here, right? Then of course, if you want to put the fib on for extra confluence, put it on the breakout candle right there, all 61.8. Wick in the 61.8 in between the 75%, close at the 50%, take off. You see a money move on GJ. What you seeing on GJ? Oh, that move happened then. That move happened. If you saw it on a 15-minute, this is it right here. Right? Aggressive push down. This is live. Aggressive push down. Exhaustion. Right? Wick more than 50% of the body. Right? When you get a candle where the wick is much longer than the body, okay, let's go to 50% of that wick. 50% of that wick, it's going to get you about right here. All right, wick entry. Okay, say you don't believe it, you don't want that entry. All right, Morningstar setup. This basically engulfs the 1st candle. All right, put a range on the indecision candle. Came down, a doji entry right there. So thank you for bringing up this 15-minute because this is what you're looking at. You got that was 1 entry, 2 entries, 3 entries we just looked at on this webinar. Stop loss below the low. Right? Why is this thing dragged out so far? Stop loss below the low, risking 6 pips for 34 pips. That's it right there. 1 to 6 risk to reward ratio. Right? So it don't matter what time frame you trade off of, whether you're a scalper, swinger, or whatever, it's all the same thing. And that's my thing. People will say, oh, if you're a scalper, you got to be on a 1 minute, 5 minute. No, I intraday trade, right? I intraday trade, but if I get an entry on a 3 minute, if it's going to last me a couple days, it's going to last me a couple days. right? We're going to indecision candle and Morningstar. So now that's where we start to get into patterns. If GJ wants to reverse right here, it will have to come back to the zone at least a second time. So out of everything we just marked up, it have to come back to the zone again, right? 14273. So that's another thing with setting big stop losses and things. So say you want to enter a trade, right? You want to enter a trade and you say, I'm going here. This is my psychology in the trade. All right, so in case y'all haven't noticed, every successful reversal pattern, whether it be double top or double bottom, it has reversal patterns on each leg. Okay, so you might have a railroad on one side and golfing on the other. You might have a Morningstar on one side, railroad on the other. You're always going to see candlestick patterns on each side. If not, the structure is getting broken. So this is what you'll be looking at. So say you want to enter this trade here. You say, oh, I want to have 25 pip stop loss, right? So now you got to get in the mindset of saying, I don't care about missing this trade. If I think the stop loss is going to be, it could fluctuate for 25 pips, why not try to catch it in the middle of that fluctuation, right? Say we just catch in the middle of that fluctuation. If it's really worth anything, then I'm tying up my stop loss 10 pips, because if it breaks the low, then the trade is invalid because it's a different trend, right? You target back up to, okay, this is the neckline. Oh, this could go up higher. And that's how you get better risk to reward setups. So if GJ is going to go up, this is going to be the zone right here. It won't be up here because nothing reverses from the V. It's going to go up from down here. Go to the 3 minute. All right. Got the drop. The aggressive move. Got the automatic reaction. This is a nice double top. It railroaded right here in the 3 minute. So I mean, if you want to scalp it, sure, but it's not an ideal trade setup to look for unless you're a scalper. I mean, you got a double top. You got railroads on each side on the 3 minute. It could push all the way down. But yeah, so this is the range right here, right? You're watching this live. We set in the range. So now, it'll be nice to see GJ do if it's going to reverse. It's going to come back down into this low. It might pull back, get in this low and push back out, and then settle. Or it might just start hitting this low, try to rise a little bit. But if GJ is going to reverse, it's going to take time. All reversals take time. You shouldn't miss a reversal, right? All good reversals take time. Now we just go back and see, all right, is it hitting anything? Is this any type of key level for GJ? Let's see. Back to the 4 hour. Okay. See, GJ rejected this level a couple times, right? You do have an indecision candle down here. Might be why it stopped, right? But it's a lot of wicks in this area. A lot of wicks. So this is one to watch for. Got some divergence down here. Some more divergence up here. Probably some bullish continuation divergence. All right. Oh, the biggest thing is this is a place where we got an engulfing at. That's the biggest thing. So this engulfing zone is broken. This is GJ is going to crash hard down to like 141.6. This engulfing zone is broken. We kind of already broke the first one. Think about that. This is a 200 pip candle that happened in an hour, and this got broken through. It's working on getting retested. So this is the last play we had in engulfing in the railroad. Right now we couldn't close below it. This is a real hot zone. Right, every time price is touching the zone, it's getting rejected. So it'll be interesting to see if this is sustaining momentum or if it double bottoms or not, but that's what you're looking for. So every time I go to the chart, I start off, I say key levels, all right, daily, weekly, monthly. All right, what are my key levels? I say, where is the momentum, right? Do I see choppy candles that are red? Do I see choppy candles that are green? It's as simple as that. And I say, all right, what part of the cycle are we in? All right, is it about to reverse? Is it looking like it's going to continue? Is it looking like we're waiting on an impulse? What are we doing? Okay. This is what it's based off of on any chart. I always just know where you're at in the market. Divergence for a buy and a sell. So I'm trying to see if I can find a nice EJ do the same thing. Let me see if I can find a nice okay. USD. So like even like EU, look at this momentum. All right. Yeah, you got an evening star set up, all of that. But if you just look at what it's doing, EU is getting extremely exhausted right there. EU is getting extremely exhausted right there. Extremely, extremely, extremely. All right, so could this be the same thing? Could this be our same, impulse continuation, right? We got our spring right there. We got our spring. Now it's the matter of fact, is this going to break out of the zone? Look at that little W right there. Let's go back to the divergence question. Divergence is a real powerful thing, you know how to use it. So divergence rule, so you always want to have it at an extreme. So you want to see it touch like 72 in the RSI, 14 period RSI, or like 28.30. So you see here, what we have is what I like to call a divergence combo. All right, so you got the strong impulse coming up, right? Strong impulse coming up to the upside. Then you get a little bit of divergence at the top, exaggerated. Price making high highs, RSI is flat or making lower highs. That's the signal for a reversal. So when you get that divergence, wait for that first impulse to come back and then you get that retest, right? So that's why I had a sell, an EU right there, divergence. And then what it's going to do, that trend is going to continue until you run into another type of divergence, right? Now we were more so running into bullish hidden divergence. Right? So now that's when price is making higher lows and the RSI is making lower lows. Right? Bullish hidden, right, into bullish normal, right? Normal with the RSI. And then you get that pop up right there. But that's giving you bearish hidden. So you can literally find divergence all over the charts. All over the charts. But you want to see it pop out of like 70 or 30 on our side. So that's another reason EU was showing hard divergence right here. Hard divergence. RSI was at like 17. Right? It hit that divergence point, popped up, broke out and retested, and then continued on up. Okay? GA. GA. I thought we looked at GA. Oh, we looked at GA over here. So first, all right, first we break down GA on the daily. Got strong impulse, right? You had this big neckline here, this W. This is a key level, and we broke and closed above that. With a gap on a daily, filled that gap up over here. Right? So price still going. Price still going. But you do have this long wick right here. So GA was extremely bullish, of course, because of all of this movement. But probably nothing ideal for an entry right now. Oh look, we got the same thing again. False evening star, right? Explode up. Evening star left a wick, created a range. This is entry. Came back, broke the range, retested. Now I'm still going up. Right? Got all of that exhaustion to the low. Right? Exhausted wick. Came back down, got rejected, entry. Yep. So now that gives you a heads up to see why these pairs, look at it, this impulse is hard. I wonder why this impulse is so hard right now. So it doesn't always have to be the pound that's moving something. It could be odd being weak. It could be the pound being strong. But at the end of the day, this is what you're looking at. So now we're looking at, okay, this is the last time we had some consolidation on that time frame. Will it break that level? All right, and then the next thing is like, will it break this high? So even if GA wants to drop, if GA wants to drop, it's going to drop around this high. It's not going to drop down. All right. It's going to drop in this mini little supply zone where every time it touches, it just disintegrates. What's GU doing? Yeah, GU, same thing. Impulsed up hard. GU still hasn't broken those lows. It's flagging. It's exhausted. See, this is what I mean. You see that change in character, right? Do that doji to the low, couldn't close below it. This is nice for scalping. You know, there's no right or wrong way to trade, right? Scalp trades can turn into swing trades. All scalping is using a smaller time frame, right? If you use that smaller time frame in a big time frame zone, you can hold on to that trade longer, right? Yeah, this is easy. Let me go to indicators. Let me add RSI. You see how this dipped down into divergence, right? Broken structure, right here. It's an entry for EU. I'm not trading EU, so I wouldn't really know. I was just looking at it. So another thing about NFP. So NFP tends to go to the extreme supply or demand of a pair. That's all NFP does. So it's not just saying like it's spiking for no reason. It just goes to extreme supply demand of a pair. Like I know gold, back in the day, gold used to spike down 200 pips during London session and then reverse 300 pips during New York session. Just looking for extreme supply and demand. That's all NFP does. The last couple of NFPs have been weak. But it's a new quarter, it's September, it's a lot of high impact news, trade wars, all this type of stuff. You know, see what's going on. Let's see, ZAR. Oh, same thing. I entered this on a 5 minute. These exotic pairs, don't be afraid of these exotic pairs. Great for building small accounts because you can catch a lot of pips off of a small lot size. So exactly the same thing, right? Push up, get your automatic reaction, create a range. Low and high, right? Spike down, creates that spring. Right, a little W creates that spring, breaks out. That's when you get your high or low. Right, that's entry. Still not being touched. Continue on up. All right, break and retest. Doing the same thing. Doing the exact same thing. So. Is it a USD? So overall, I see NZD USD going about 50 cents, 55 cents. This is just extreme bearish pressure. NZD USD hasn't had a strong bullish month since December 17. So even if this does do any type of pulling back, right? Look at that. Just a retest for it. That's all it is. So even if it does pull back into the zone this month, it should continue on down. That's extremely bearish. Extremely bearish. What other pairs we got? Dow Jones. What Dow Jones doing? Same thing. This is how I got a couple of my 1,000-pip trades off of the Dow Jones. Same concept we've been looking at, right? You got the big push up. You got the automatic rally back, right? That creates a range. And if you get that range, you get that little W that pushes out of the range, push up, goes back into the range. That's your first high or low, right? And that's going to get tested one more time. That's the entry. And it keeps on riding up until it either hits supply, which is the Dow Jones topping out at 26K or 26,500, or it's going to break and retest higher than that and go to 30K. But I think if you got the proper broker, you got the nice account size, you can catch literally 1,000 pips on this pair. What other pairs? What other pairs? As a matter of fact, who has a chart? Can somebody drop a chart real quick that they marked up so we can look at it and we can kind of just go over and see? Have everybody seen the same thing? Anybody got a chart? Who has a chart that they marked up? A trader view? Or a loss that they took, something. What we got? Nobody took a loss in the last week? News didn't stop you out?
Yeah, don't get scared now, man. We've been webinar for a while. Man, my brother, you've been dropping nuggets. I was gonna keep it real simple, but yeah.
I told you I get carried away, man.
And I let you rock because, man, you drop gems. I'm telling y'all, he gave y'all psychology, structure, a lot of price action. Please tell me I was taking notes.
Oh, chef. Okay. Oh, chef. Wow. All right, you saw a buy there. Let's go. Thank you, Rodriguez. Let's go. Let's look at Odd Chef. I'm gonna trade this pair. Go to the 4 like you had, and that's a good thing that you did. You kept a track of your loss. Like, in case y'all don't do that, y'all literally don't trust my FX book or anything like that. Every day, I got a whiteboard right now. I always put the top 5 pairs I'm looking at for the week. I'm putting the news I'm looking out for the week. I'm posting key structure that I messed up on last week. Candlesticks that tricked me last week. I always put that on the board. I always put down notes. All right, discipline, my trading plan, all that type of stuff. Because if you don't have that type of plan, if you don't have that type of mentality, you're just going to keep losing trades over and over. And Odd Chef look like it's melting. Jeez. Us. All right, so what day was this on? September, this is recently. Today? Yeah, September 6th, 4 hour, you're looking on a buy. All right. So, first things first, what I can kind of pull from this is just where's the trend, right? Where are you in the cycle, right? Are you in reversal? Are you in continuation? Are you in consolidation? Are you expecting a breakout, right? If you're in waiting for price to go up and you're trying to catch it on a buy, then what did we say? We always said that, hey, reversals take time to happen. So you're not going to be able to catch a reversal off of one candle. You're going to see a whole pattern. You're going to see a whole bit of consolidation. Think about it, guys. We're not, sorry to say it, unless y'all got $50 billion, we're not the people that's moving the market, right? Somebody with way more money than you, somebody in a big institution, some big hedge fund, they're the ones that move in the market. They're going to move it at key levels. They're going to move it when there's enough people, there's enough participation at a certain zone, okay? So you're going to see something like this before a real reversal happens. That's just point blank period. You're going to see something like that. It won't be able just to be a little rollover. So I would say first, knowing the trend, so your first mistake probably would have just been going against the trend. Second thing, if this was going to stop, where would Odd Chef stop? Whew. All right, so this is another thing. All right, you got a weekly engulfing. Broke that zone. All right. So weekly bullish engulfing. My boy was mentioning earlier, what's the psychology behind an engulfing? What's the psychology behind certain candlestick patterns? So an engulfing is saying that everybody was waiting, everybody had pending orders at a certain level. Everybody was waiting for price to get to a certain level. That's why price had the reaction that it did, and it had a weekly engulfing. So to get back to the zone, right, first thing first would have been having the zone marked off on your charts. To get back to that zone and see this got broken through, there's nothing to buy against that. Nothing about that is saying buy. Even right here where we broke support, right? So now you see this is bearish. You're looking on a pullback, and you're saying, all right, the next possible demand zone for this to even get some type of bullish reaction is probably down here. This is just falling out of the sky. Probably down here, right? See how the previous week closed. This previous week closed extremely bearish. So in your mind, you're saying, think about it. If you see a candle with that much bearish momentum, what's going to match that momentum to make it bullish? A bullish railroad or a bullish engulfing. And if you're betting on one candlestick, you're just taking a risk, right? Let the pattern form. Let the whole thing paint a picture. Okay. And then check the crosses, right? Don't be afraid to check the cross. Let's check USD Chef. Do I even have that on my thing? Check USD Chef. All right. So if the dollar was supposed to be kind of strong versus anything, and USD Chef was going down in the downtrend, 9 times out of 10, anything chef related is going to be following along with it. Sometimes everything follows the majors. Sometimes it follows the cross. You got to see kind of what's in control. But USD Chef has been on a big downtrend as well. So you got USD Chef going down. All the USD was going down until like yesterday. All Chef is probably going to be moving down with twice the amount of momentum. Who else had a loss? Who else had a loss? Anybody? Or any weird pairs you want to look at? Already went through GU, GJ, we went through all the pound pairs, all the CADs. Ethereum, gold is a good one. Let's go look at it. We can look at Ethereum real quick. USD, Chinese yuan. All right, so Ethereum setting up what we just talked about. See, last 3 pushes. Remember, everything happens in 3s and 5s. All right, so you got those last 3 pushes down, left that low outside candle. So any buy in this area is considered safe because you got such a sharp rejection. And then price hit 210. 210 is really, 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 really low for Ethereum. Actually, instead of horizontal line, I don't think Ethereum's been this low in like years. So yeah, wow. So same thing. Yeah, Ethereum hasn't been this. Wow. Yeah, the lowest Ethereum's ever been is 160. The last wick rejection before it started this uptrend happened at 214-ish. No, happened at 197-ish. So that's the thing. This is taking high probability setup. So I would rather get in on an extreme low with all of this room to go up, none of this room to really go down, right? Versus trying to catch it at $500 and hoping it doesn't pull back. Yeah. So gold is interesting. Gold is very interesting. I don't like gold's movement right now. Start down on the 1 hour. So gold is looking terrible right now. So first you got this huge flag type setup out of gold, right? Then you got this breakout, but I'm just not sold on anything moving because I feel like if gold could literally shoot up for 100 pips to 12.12 and then just get rejected for a double top and then crash all the way back down to 1180. Because you got this long wick of exhaustion. Think about this. This was if I'm counting right, this is a 120 pip wick on gold. So momentum is choppy going down. It broke out. Momentum is choppy going up. So I can see a very, very violent double top, or it's just going to explode out of the sky right now. But it just depends. I don't even risk trading gold.
Yeah. Hey, Marvin. I just finished up with my home event. You guys are amazing. Oh, that's a beautiful flag.
Hey, that's what we were just talking about. I already broke and retested the bottom of the flag and everything.
Oh, that's going to the moon.
That's what we said. Probably 12-12 to see if we get rejected.
Well, that's a beautiful. Inside of that flag, you got an inverted head and shoulder.
Right. It's too clean of a setup.
Oh, yo, we buying gold.
We buying gold now.
Yeah, I guarantee you. Yo, let's put something on this, Marvin. NFP is tomorrow, right? NFP is tomorrow. I want you to put your cursor right at 1196. 1196 line there. Put a line there. Put a horizontal line straight across. Yeah, put a horizontal line right at 1196. All right, switch over to your candle chart. We already got the retest. So if this market does a fake out and spike down for NFP, the whole move going up, that's all buy zone right there. Do you see it?
Yep.
I think because they know that we see the move already. We already see the move. So they might give us a small spike down just to flush out all of the buyers. They want to try to flush out all the buyers and then trick the sellers and saying, hey, listen, we're taking this market. Look at that. That's beautiful.
And if they do it, it look like this might happen.
It's moving now? On the fifth, what's that, 15 or 5?
15 minute.
Yo, why are they jumping the market like that? You see how it's jumping? And this market usually don't move. What time is it? 11, 12?
Yeah, it's not even London session. So
something is about to happen. Look at this. Yo, something is about to happen. Look how that market is moving. Something is about to happen. They're trying. Woo!
Sick.
You see it, right? Oh, you don't see it? Look, right here. Look at how this market is dropping. It's dipping like that. This market usually don't move like that unless something is about to happen. Marvin, I think they want to spike that market down to what we're just seeing right now.
This could be something right here.
Oh.
Could get
Oh man. Draw your fibs from the high to the low. Is that a 618 retracement?
Let's take it down.
618. Look at that. 618 retracement. That's the 618.
It worked at it twice. Yep. So if it break out of this flag and it don't break that 12.5, you get that rejection that you want to see, because you can pull that fib from this low to this high. Let's see what we got. You get a little cluster. All right, you get a little cluster at the 75%, 78.6%. So it can still touch down there and not make a lower low, still make it high low and reject all the way up.
So basically what you're saying is, let this market break out. Do not try to predict this move. Let this market break out and come to you.
Always.
Because if it comes to you, you can have a buy limit right down in that zone. Stop loss at the previous swing point. Okay? Because like I said, they're looking at these levels and they want to flush out the sellers. They want to flush out the buyers. The buyers are like, oh, this market's going up, because on a higher time frame, they're giving you the setup. And on a lower time frame, they're telling you, nope, we want to retrace back down and fake all these people out. Somebody's going to get it wrong.
That's going to be it right there. And that's the thing. Like, we're talking about a 50 pip move for gold. 50 pips is nothing for gold, especially on NFP. 50 pips is nothing.
Now, real quick, I don't mean to interrupt. Can we look at Euro USD?
Yeah. We was talking about it.
Because I'm looking to take Euro USD up to the moon.
Uh-oh. You taking it up?
Yeah, I want to see this go up. If we didn't. Now switch over to let's go to the daily real quick. Inverted. Now put your line right around. Go up. Bring it up, right, down a little bit, down.
1 second.
Oh man, that's beautiful. We already got the retest.
Yep.
We got a retest with a bullish engulfing on the daily. Bring your line down just a little, right at the wick of that, at the wick.
Yeah.
And retesting is again based on
yeah.
Breakout and retest the zone in which it broke out from.
Okay.
Okay. Now, no. Bring that blue line down to the bullish candle wick. Down more, right about there. More, right at the base of it. Now look at structure. If you look over to the left, you see we have an engulfing on the daily, right?
Yep.
But I think they want to come back to that zone because there's more money. That's a demand zone.
Yep.
There's more money in that area, and I don't think they want to give it to us because they know we got it right. Now at the top of all of that consolidation, at the top, right there, mark that zone up if you can. It's time to break that.
Talking about here?
Yeah. You see that bearish engulfing right there?
That's what I'm saying. That was the last supply. This was the last move we caught all of those sales from.
That's money. If we break that zone, wait for the retest outside of that blue line, and I'm all the way up. And we all the way up, man.
No, it's gonna fly. I think we're sitting on a 50 and a 38 too.
At least 127 or 1618. Oh, look at the 1618. Put a line right there. We got a swing point right there. Right there. Yep. Look at that. Beautiful. That's beauty. Looking forward to go right there.
If you're conservative and you hit a -27, that's bringing you back to that supply zone right there.
That's right. If it and you know what? If we break that, yeah, that'll bring you right to that supply. But if we break that supply, break out of that bearish engulfing, wait for the retest and continue taking it up. But now switch over to the weekly and now there's the pattern right there. When you switch over to the weekly, watch this. There it is. Look at that. Isn't that the head and shoulder right there on the 618?
We'll finally get it right there.
Guys, I'm telling you, if we get that 618 target right there, this is your left shoulder, head, right shoulder.
Yep.
Marvin, do me a favor. Type in Google real quick, head and shoulder pattern, because I want to show all my new members here real quick what a head and shoulder looks like. Yeah. Yeah, so we're going to show you what a head and shoulder pattern looks like in the real market. Okay. So this would be the left shoulder, head, right shoulder. All right. Left shoulder, head. We're looking to build this right shoulder. Once we build this right shoulder, we want to see the market come down. So now switch back over to your USD. I want to see if you can identify where we are right now. Do you see it?
Trying to come back up
We-
the left shoulder.
And we're forming it right now. Yeah, it is. That's what we want. We haven't completed that right shoulder yet.
And that's the thing. Everybody's waiting on it, but we had to get that pushed down first.
Yeah, that's right. And you know, Marvin, that's the thing too. They know. Yeah, they know that we're waiting on this move. We're supposed to have this move a long time ago.
Yep.
And they saying, you know what? Because you know, if we get it right, the brokers lose money.
Exactly.
And they're not trying to. The brokers are not trying to go broke. They want us to go broke. So with this move here, we got to push this move to create the right shoulder here on the inverted, just to push up to the right shoulder on the regular headed shoulder. You see that, Marvin?
Yep.
Man, I want to thank all of you for staying on. Because
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
Yo, this was fire. Oh, this was fire. A shout out to you too, Marv. This is fire. I loved all of the jewels. We gotta always do this. I love this.
Definitely.
You know, I was thinking about that too, guys. Now that you guys had a chance to see Marvin, he broke his silence. You know, he finally broke his silence. And he came in. I had no idea what Marvin looked like. If Marvin was Puerto Rican, if he was Asian. All I knew was that Marvin had some crazy entries.
Where he was like, "Who mans is this, man?"
Not for real.
So go ahead and everybody put their cameras on real quick. And I want to say, because I'm about to tune off. Oh, snap. I recorded this.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, everybody put their cameras on. Iris Campbell, how you doing, brother?
Doing pretty good, Coach. How you feeling?
Oh, man, you know I'm always good, man, when I'm educating you guys. Hey, Marvin, just do me a favor, stop sharing real quick. I just want to say.
Yeah, you got it. You got it, boss.
Where's
Hey, Coach.
Oh man, you guys are glued to the screen. That's what I'm. Hold on, we got more cameras here. What's up, Fred?
I do, Brad. Look at everybody.
Audio Jones, where those cameras at? Shelly P from all. Look, Shelly's in Jamaica. Okay. Who else? Deidre, how you? Who's on this line right now from another country?
Oran, my name is Lamar. I'm from Barbados.
Oh yeah, I know we got
Lamar from Barbados. What's going on? Lamar, didn't I meet you when we was out in Barbados?
Huh?
Did we meet when we were out in Barbados?
Nah, I had to work that thing.
Oh, okay. Let me see. Oh, hold on.
Yeah, Nigeria.
Nigeria?
Oh, we got Nigeria. Oh, it's a
Nigeria.
What? It's 5 o'clock in the morning over there. Huh?
What time is it in Nigeria right now?
That's 5 o'clock in the morning.
5 in the morning, and they here getting nuggets. So you know what that means right there? That this person right here, you know what? Sleep. What is sleep? I don't care about sleep. I appreciate you. I appreciate you being here.
Yeah, thank you, Coach.
Look at Charmaine all the way out in Chino Hills.
Charmaine is out there.
Hey, Marvin, let me tell you, Charmaine has been saying, she's been in my inbox saying, Oran, can you get Marvin on here? For some reason, I don't even know who is this Marvin kid? So we had to make it happen.
Let's go. Like I said, if now that I know, y'all just hop on. We just drop a link. There's no plan or nothing. Especially we got CAD news coming up. Especially I like to trade. I trade CAD news live. Honestly, if I got a keys on marked up, I have it ready. But usually I wait.
Hold up, Marvin, did you say you trade CAD live? I
sent the videos. I definitely trade CAD news live. Now NFP, I don't know. We'll see what's going on with NFP, but we got something like GDP, CPI, any of those days where we have like 3 or 4 red folder cat news, yeah, I definitely.
You know what that means, right? Lives are about to change. Lives are about to change. So, you know, ooh, everybody excited. So guys, go ahead. Unmute yourself real quick. On the count of 3, we're going to say Forex changed my life. But I need those cameras out. I need those cameras. I got to see those beautiful faces. Woo, that's not. Look at my. Woo. All right, guys. On the count of 3. On the count of 3. Look at this. Look at this, man. From every. We got another page right over here. I don't even see this page. Who's on the other page? There we go. Woo. All right, guys. On the count of 3, we're gonna say this. Forex. Guys, let's try to say it together too.
Yeah, everybody on different Wi-Fi.
I know different Wi-Fi is going to be so delayed. 1, 2, 3.
Forex changed my life.
That's what I'm talking about, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Guys, listen, I'm about to tune off. The whole time we were here.
Oran, how are you going to get recording? If you don't mind asking.
Say that again?
The recording? Like you record?
Oh, man, you had to be here to take notes. I can't release this right here. You had to be here to take notes.
The best we can do for you. The best we can do for you. I do have a Telegram where it's just strictly like markup, strictly just looking at it. It's not such a conversational thing. You can have the conversation in the market recap chat, but everything is just market analysis of what I'm thinking.
Drop the link. Drop the link.
Drop it.
I'm going to drop his Telegram link right here. Make sure you tune in. And don't come in trying to be a PST. We all know what a PST is.
Yeah, please don't
Professional signal takers, we don't.
do not
BK Trade House, we don't rock with professional signal takers.
That's right. That's right.
We here to develop straight traders. We here to develop the skill set. We are hell bent on the education.
Yes. Do not ask me buy or sell. I'm not going to tell you buy or sell.
Thank you.
I'll tell you supply and demand. I'll tell you what type of candlestick, what type of divergence, but no buy or sell.
It's on you.
Yo, look what type of stuff is going on here, guys.
Hey, Oran, I want to be invited to the new place, Oran. I know you got to come. When you come to New York, you come to Brooklyn Trade House. When I come to GA, I got to come to your house.
You're definitely coming, man. We're going to mark up some charts. Like, you know we ain't get no sleep, right?
Hey, you know how we do. We have no sleep.
Well, we got the lemon pepper wings. We got the buffalo. We got the.
I got lemon pepper wings.
Look, we're going to sleep. We're going to sleep when the babies are rich.
That's right.
We gonna sleep when the babies are rich. We about generational wealth over here.
That's right. Well, listen, please, I'm tuning off. You guys, Marvin, you the host.
All right, that's a bet. I'm gonna drop these links, and after that, y'all got any questions? Just feel free to reach out to me. Like my DMs is always open. You want to send me a chart that you don't want to put in the chat. You want to ask an opinion or hey, what are you seeing here? That type of thing. Just drop it, right? We all here to get better. We all here to get better at trading, get better mentality-wise too.
Right.
Just feel free.
All right, team. I'm tuning off. Have a good night, and let's have a profitable NFP.
All right, y'all. Have a good night.
Let's go. See y'all later. Saturday, Sunday, 5 o'clock. Tune in.
Let's do it.